Kill Complacency, a podcast that inspires growth and intentionality and helps you overcome your greatest obstacles.
It's interesting. I'll add this. That son now is a preacher, and one of his, he just preached it last weekend. He says, we need to put on our God goggles, which is his way of saying we need to see people the way Jesus sees people. And then if we see people the way Jesus sees people, we'll speak to them the way Jesus would. And Jesus sees greatness in people, so he's always going to call that out. I'm like, I think some of that was implanted that night when his mom said, I see greatness in you.
I've never thought of that.
You made a mistake. Yeah, but that isn't who you are. This is who you are. That's God goggles. That's seeing the way God sees.
And that creates
speaking the way God speaks.
That creates flourishing in your home,
Sure.
Growth in all of us.
Well, and that's what, going back to your book, I mean, that's what us as men want. Like, we want the attaboy. I often feel like men are so easy. Like, sex.
I do too,
food,
in a lot of ways.
If
There you go.
Compliment.
In that order.
And
I like that order.
Yeah.
Sex, food, and compliments.
That's all we
got it?
That's all we need.
And here's why I didn't do that. I just felt like I do everything around here. Who thanks me? Who helps me? Who, you know what I mean? It's that pride and arrogance. I had to put a mirror up like, I was embarrassed to write the book of just how self-centered I was. It was bad.
But it isn't bad now. I mean, the great thing about what she wrote was after that boo story that day, and again, it didn't change in a day or a week or even a month, but over the next several years, I'm telling you, this is not an exaggeration. There is no one in my life that comes even close to cheering me and believing in me and affirming me as this woman. It's unbelievable. She sees greatness in me I don't even see and speaks it out daily.
Well, and you have totally changed. I didn't do any of that for you to change. It was more to be obedient to Jesus.
But it made me a better man. And it's almost like she's saying, I'm this guy and I'm sort of, I'm not that good. And then it's like, I want to be what you're saying. And wives, I want to tell you, that's sort of how we are wired. Critiquing us destroys us and pushes us away. Building us up, we want to be with you and get better. And I know a lot of ladies are like, there's nothing to cheer. My man is not a good man. And, if he's an abusive man, we're not saying, hey, you're awesome when he's abusing you. We're saying, get help. Get safe. But if he's a good-willed man, like a lot of men are they're struggling to be as good as they want to be, but they want to be a good man. I'm telling you, find greatness in him, call it out, and I bet you he's going to rise. One way to say it is if you put a crown on your man, he becomes a king. And it's sort of how we're wired, like you said. That's how we sort of operate.
But I really do think it goes back to where we started our conversation with that vertical aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
We can't do it apart from Jesus giving us that fulfillment. It is grace.
Yeah.
And we can't do that on our
grace
own.
That we've been given, yes.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's not authentic.
Right.
Yes.
And I think you talk about that in your book, right? Like,
I can't fake it. Believe me.
She cannot.
I can't fake it.
No.
It's like, I wish I could sometimes.
There's no faking.
Yeah, but when Jesus fills you and he changes us, he really does.
I mean, one night, here's an example. I came home on a Sunday night during the football season back in the day, which means, and it sounds crazy what I would do during football season, but Friday night I would coach a high school game because my boys were playing high school ball. I'm not the head coach, but one of the coaches. Saturday, I have to preach twice at our church, then drive down to the Lions Hotel and speak to the team. We have a chapel service. Then come home about 10 p.m., crash, get up and preach 3 more times at church, and then go to the game and be on the sideline and do my little chaplain duty, and then come home. So it's a long weekend, and I'm exhausted. I crawl into bed at like 11:30, and I make this side comment. Not looking for any response, just it was on my mind. And I said, man, feels like I've been getting a lot of critiques lately on my sermons. And I lay my head on the pillow. That's all I said.
I'm so embarrassed to share this story. So I'm a verbal processor. So usually if I think it, I say it. And the first thought that came to my head was, if you'd study the scriptures more, I think your sermons would be way better. But God was changing me, and I realized, like, every time, because I'm a verbal processor, I need to ask God, should I say this? It's the quickest prayer. Should I say it? And then if he gives me the green light, my next prayer is, how should I say it and when should I say it? So I'm about to say, if you just study the scriptures more, and I'm about to say it, but I'm like, oh, no, I need to pray. Lord, should I say that? No. Hard no, And so then I'm like, Lord, should I say anything? And this is the thought. James 1 says, if you lack wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously. So then so here's what came to my mind. Lord, Dave, I can't imagine what it's like to be you. You have thousands of people depending on your walk with God. That's got to be a really weighty thing for you to carry. And then there's silence, and he grabs me, he hugs me, whispers in my ear, you are my life. And that's the power that we have. That's the power of our words, but also a power of our words when we put them before God first. Should I say this? How should I say it? And if I would have said, if you just study the word more, oh, that would have been the worst.
No sleep.
Exactly.
And he would have been so defensive. Of course, it's awful.
Rolled over.
Yeah, I mean, that was a. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's one way that's speaking life. That was a speak life moment. That, again, I didn't think, hey, I'm going to hold her now and say, you're my life. I just did, because that's what a man longs for. And I had a partner. And, the greatest thing about that story is if somebody else comes up that doesn't know you well and says you're great, you smile and say, hey, thank you, but you're inside, you're like, they don't know me. They don't know how screwed up I am and the things. And your wife, knows everything. And so when they speak life, it's powerful.
It's the gospel. Marty, I'm curious. I'm going to flip it on you now, because you've said, like, you guys, your marriage has changed since you've done some of these things. What happened? How did that change?
Well, and we would have started similar to you. We grew up in a Christian home, my wife and I. My dad gifted us a Weekend to Remember as a married wedding gift. And so,
Yeah.
Wow.
So our story would be, I was a youth pastor in Montana at the time. And so we went across the border to Canada to Family Life up there.
Yeah.
It was small. I think there was like 20 couples. It was
Oh,
so
really?
small. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really foundational to our marriage. Similar to you, I think we got busy with life and babies.
Mhm.
And I'll just call it kind of like this drift of
Yeah.
being so busy.
Isolation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ginger, I mean, she was on here. I mean, she identifies with that conversation at year 10 just because it's so hard. And Marty's over here doing X, Y, Z, and he's over here raising kids and homeschooling. We homeschool too.
Wow.
And, I'm trying to do the good thing. I'm trying to follow Jesus and do ministry and blah, 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 blah. But it's not meeting her need. We moved back here to Oklahoma, and we had a similar conversation. Oh, it might be like 15 years of our marriage, where, and I talk about it in my book, where she's like, I'm done. Like I'm ready.
This ain't working.
Yeah, and I don't think that she ever would have.
Yeah.
Because she knew.
Mm-hmm.
But everything you were feeling at your 10 year is how she was feeling. And yeah, I had to make some changes. I was doing a lot of traveling at the time, and I had to be more intentional with her marriage. And so I think maybe a year prior to that, we were building a house, and life was rough. Lots of decisions, lots of stress. And we were not getting along. We actually went to a last minute, signed up for a marriage conference. I think it was David Paul Tripp.
Yeah.
And he just speaks.
Paul David Tripp.
Paul, yeah, that's it. He just speaks the truth. We signed up.
Yeah, he does.
And I would say that was really a pivotal point in our marriage, where we went from. He has an illustration where he talks about a glass of water, and you can shake it, and it's what comes out is what was in it, and the reflection of what's in us needs to be fixed. It's not the other person. I would say that marriage conference really helped us get back on track. We
That's
signed
cool.
up for weekend. We didn't sign up. So then fast forward, we win the cruise in 2020, and, and it just really, I mean, our kids are getting older at that point, so it gets easier. And at that point, we just made our marriage more intentional. We do date nights every Monday, and we do one big event every. It's just been a night and day difference.
Yeah. And it is true. We say, like, if you have young kids, toddlers, and babies, it's the hardest phase of marriage for sure.
Yeah.
You're tired, you're exhausted, you haven't had time to talk. It's just a hard phase.
I think it's hardest, maybe too. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I think it's hardest on the wives.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the men
I
still
agree.
want the sex, but the wives don't feel the connection, and so
She's like, have somebody's been hanging on me all day, and now you want to hang on me too?
yeah. And so there's a
One
lot.
way to say it.
I think there's a lot more sacrifice on the woman's part at that point. Or she tells him no, and then there's sacrifice and resentment, and
Yeah.
there's this whole other rabbit trail.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and you've heard us talk probably about this, but even if you get into the sex part, I think a lot of husbands do not understand that sex for your wife is a lot more than the physical. It's all the emotional and the tenderness and the gentleness and the conversations and communication,
She wants to feel connected.
non-sexual touch. There's no touching, there's no kissing, and then you want sex.
yeah,
And she's been with the kids all day and she's exhausted, and it's just like we miss it. And I was upset. Oh, you're not interested in sex like I am. It's like, no, I don't understand sex like you understand it. And if I would be willing to deny myself and say, I'm going to give her what she longs for, that's foreplay, not just to get what I want, but to love her. Guess what? You're going to get a lot more sex because she's feeling seen and touched in a way that isn't just grabbing.
Well, I loved on the cruise, I don't know if that was last year, a couple of years ago, one of our friends, the Griffins, did a devotional on just touch points in the day where you're just connecting during the day, whether it be a hug or a kiss at the beginning of the day or just little things that you're coming together, because it's so easy, as you said earlier, we all drift toward isolation and we have to be intentional about coming back together. So those little touch points during the day can really help. It could be just a hug.
yeah. It can be a simple text. I love you.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? You can actually schedule send-ups. So
Yes. Yes. Hey, thanks, babe, for doing all you're doing. Really
Yeah.
appreciate you.
proud of you.
Yeah. Yes. One of my friends, we would go out to lunch as women, and every time Rob, her husband, who's Dave's best friend, would of course send her some text. They're like, "Oh, Michelle, you're amazing.
We
You're so
hate Rob. Rob makes all of us look like losers. Like, oh, you sent her another text. I mean, he didn't schedule it. He just sit there and sent it. And we're like,
But he became
Yeah.
really intentional. And that's just, it's an easy, you're right. You can just schedule it, just send it, It's an easy thing to do.
Yeah. I recently, a couple weeks ago, I got up early and I went to leave, and there was this cardboard box. And this is not the way I normally am, but I just grabbed it. I cut a heart out and I wrote M+G on it. Like, I'm not kidding. It took me less than a minute. We have that on our fridge now because it meant the world to my wife. Like,
That's so sweet.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a romantic getaway.
right.
It could be
That's
something
good.
simple. So,
It's good.
but it's the
Being
intentionality of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really
You're thinking
good.
of her.
Yeah.
Love it.
This has been great. If you guys could go back, you guys talked about going to your weekend remember early in your marriage. If you could go back and give how old were you when you guys got married?
19 and 22.
Okay. If you could go back and give your 20 and 23-year-old advice, what would you say when you're in your marriage? Because at that point, you're fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of said it. I would tell my 19-year-old self, your husband is not going to be the source of your joy. And so quit putting your expectations and all of the pressure on him to make you happy. Marriage was never designed to make you happy. I love Gary Thomas's book, and his quote of like, it's not designed to make you happy, to make you holy. So I wish that at the very beginning, I would have put my hope in Jesus. It was in him. I was a believer, but I didn't realize like, oh, he's everything. That's what I would tell that 19-year-old. What would you say?
Yeah, I think I would say hard is normal. It's going to be hard. You're going to struggle. You're going to have conflict. It's also going to be awesome and wonderful, all mixed together. But don't think because it's hard that you're in trouble or you shouldn't be
Or
married.
it's broken. Yeah.
You know, Paul David Tripp, we had him on Family Life Today, and I think he said something to this effect. If you are struggling in your marriage, it's not because you have a bad marriage; it's because you're married.
Yeah.
It's just like that's normal. Everybody struggles in marriage, and so when I think I would have said, and I'm sure people did say that to me, but we didn't hear it.
Yeah.
And so now, if I could listen to what somebody was probably telling me when I was 22, is get ready, fasten your seatbelt. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really, really hard at times. You're gonna make it. You'll make it. You got to hold on. Don't bail. Don't leave. My dad left. And I think he regretted it years later. And it's easy to quit when it gets really hard and you lose hope. And I would just say, don't quit. Do the work. Get help. Get a counselor. Get to conferences. All the stuff that we've talked about today. You'll make it, but you got to be intentional. You're not going to make it by just showing up. You got to show up and work.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think that's one thing that conferences have done for us is
Really
looking around the room and realizing that our 6 areas of struggle are normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are a normal couple with normal struggles, and everyone in the room is laughing at the same jokes.
Yeah. And that's why the church has to be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to a church, everybody pretends they don't have problems that are all perfect, including the pastor.
There's not a marriage that hasn't struggled as
We're all struggling. And there's victory in Jesus. That's why we're together. Like we're struggling, but we also know the answer, and his name is Jesus.
Give me some what are you guys doing now for your future self? Like where do you see your future as a couple for your ministry moving forward? What's that look like?
I mean, I don't know what Ann's going to say, but I love doing ministry together.
Me too.
The last 8 years since I stopped being a pastor at my church and started hosting Family Life Today with Ann, everything we do ministry-wise is together. And I'm not saying that's for everybody. And sometimes it's exhausting because if I say yes to something, that means she's saying yes to something. And I say yes to too many things. But it's a joy to do this together. I mean, it's been a ride, and I can't believe we're in our 60s and we're still traveling the country and people want to hear what we have to say about marriage. It's like we're ancient now, but there also is a sense we've been married 45 years. So there's some wisdom that we've learned, mostly by making mistakes, but if we can share and help others, we want to do it.
I think that I would go along with that too, because I think as we get older, especially as parents become empty nesters, I think especially wives can feel like, now what? That was my purpose. I found incredible joy through that. Now what are we doing? And I think it's really easy. It's again one of those pivotal points where you can drift away and you start doing whatever you think is fun. But we feel like we're still on mission. We still, as long as we have breath, we're taking territory for King Jesus. And so that's always been our goal from the day we got married. We're like, let's run hard after Jesus. And I think when we do that together, like even we had a small group at our house last night on marriage. Every time we do that, it connects us. And no matter how old you are, there's somebody younger than you are that you can pour into. And I don't know about you guys, Marty, but for Dave and I, that just fills us up and fuels us. Like, we still have more to do. And God has a purpose and a plan, and I don't want to miss that.
That's powerful. That's good stuff. And way more life with purpose than thinking you've arrived in.
Than just playing golf not that Dave doesn't love that.
Yeah. I love me a little golf.
But it's because you have other things to live for.
Yes.
Right. It's really that's a Sabbath for me. It's a rest time. It's like, okay, I'm running hard. Let's go enjoy nature and in the woods, because I hit the ball in the woods a lot.
But when we talk to people that are empty nesters, like, I'm getting a divorce, we've never really been happy. And I think they're thinking, I'm going to go find someone that will make me happy. I'm like, man, you're going to struggle in that marriage too, because they're human and they're flawed and broken, and we all are. But if we can put the work into it, no matter how old we are, it's so worth it to do it together. We really like each other. It's fun to be friends.
We're finding that out with kind of some partners right now, that they're scared to be empty nesters.
Yeah.
Because their lives have been all about their kids.
Right.
And
Well, when you do it right, it's awesome. I love it.
It's still sad as a wife, like, because when they graduated and left, I'm like, I got really good at that finally. I mean, we wrote the book No Perfect Parents and all of our mistakes, but it was like, ooh, I'm starting to get this, and then it's done.
So you just said it's sad to be an empty nester with me. That's what I heard.
There's a sadness to women when we
identity.
first get in it.
It's your identity.
Yes, it is our identity. Be like you being done with your job that you love so much. There's a mourning.
That'd be okay. I had enough money to live off and not working anymore. That'd be okay.
My wife is kind of embracing that right now with,
Hmm.
I mean, we still have, my youngest is 8, but, and she's kind of trying to preach to some of her friends about, not preach, I'm going to use that word, but just like, your life doesn't have to be all about your kids. It can be
No.
running or exercise or whatever. Like, there's
Your kids need to know that you have something bigger beyond them.
Yeah.
Like, let them see, like, man, I think our kids are like a little frustrated because we're so on mission. Like, hey, how about coming over here? You know? But that's what we're called to do.
Yeah. Okay. If you guys had a favorite book or quote along your journey, what would it be? And let's say outside the Bible, because I know you're going to quote scripture and all that. But what's like been an influential book in your life that you would point people to?
Okay, I'm going to break your rule, and I'm going to say this. It is the Bible for me. That sounds so crazy. Like, oh, great, she's going to say the Bible. Of course she is. But I'm telling you, I started going through a 1-year Bible. I don't know if it was 18 or 19 years ago. Nothing has changed my life more than doing that. Because you read it every day, and if I miss a day, I don't even try to catch up. I just go with that day. I think that's why I've been able to do it so long. But I'm telling you that more than anything else besides giving my life to Jesus has changed me more than anything else. And if I'm not in the Word 2 to 3 days in a row, my eyes start drifting to something else to make me happy. It usually drifts to Dave. They're like, why aren't you making me more happy? And so that one really is true. But there's so many other good books. What would you say? I'm curious.
I mean, I just looked up who actually this quote is attributed to. It says Hunter S. Thompson. I've heard it many different ways, but I guess this might be who said it. But maybe you've heard this quote. He said, life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to slide in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, wow, what a ride.
I love that quote too.
I mean, the older I get, the more I'm like, I don't want to slow down. And yeah, that's something I hope we keep running hard for Jesus till we can't run anymore. As long as he's given us breath and energy and abilities, let's go. I mean, we're driving to the west side of Michigan on Friday night to speak at a vertical marriage conference at a church on Saturday, coming back Saturday night, and I'll preach at church on Sunday. And again, sometimes you're doing too much and you got to slow down, but man, it's like God's still giving us a platform. He's still giving us influence in people's lives. We just want to take couples and say, go vertical. This is your answer. Last week at church, I was preaching, and because of the week the nation had with Charlie Kirk's death, we had thousands there that, you know, it was one of the bigger weekends we've ever had. People are coming hungry and wondering, where's life and where's where's an answer. So if we get to point people to Jesus, let's do it till the day we die.
How do people find, follow, and get your books?
Well, go to Amazon, get our books. I mean, that's pretty easy, or anywhere you buy your books. And we're on social media. We're not big on social media, but we're Dave Ann Wilson, one word. Ann has no E, so just Dave Ann Wilson. And we can help you. Find us on Instagram or Facebook and direct message us, and we'll try and help any way we can.
And you can listen to us on wherever you get your podcasts on Family Life Today. And then we also have a YouTube. We're on YouTube. Is it Family Life Today?
Yeah, Family Life Today on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a lot better to watch than listen. So go watch our shows now on YouTube.
You guys have your marriage course, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Vertical Marriage is a course, small group, 5-week, sort of 5 sessions on video that we talk through the concepts of the book that you could do yourself or have couples into your home and go through it. A lot of couples around the country have done that. You can get that at familylife.com.
And you can do that with No Perfect Parents. They have one that's on
parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a course.
Same thing. Familylife.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do one on
just
this.
online.
We'll see. We haven't done one yet, but we're hoping we can do a video series for people.
Well, thank you guys.
Marty, it's so great
Thank
to be
you.
with you. So we're going to see you on the cruise again this year.
That'll be
It's
fun.
awesome. Make sure we talk to each other. I want to meet Ginger too.
Yeah. We want to meet Ginger.
I just wanted to thank you guys for listening to the end. In closing, I just wanted to add that if this message resonates with you, if it aligns with your values, and something in it today triggered something, then you can also look me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We are really trying to help people live more intentional lives to kill the complacency with which they have subscribed to. I know there's many ways which I get sucked in all the time. So if this is beneficial, follow me there.